very good day to all of you. I hope you are doing well and ready for another interesting topic of the course Expository Writing. Today, we'll talk about how to find facts, how to find opinions while reading a text. We will also focus on distinguishing between relevant and irrelevant information from the text. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to understand difference between fact and opinion, identify key characteristics of fact and opinion, recognize relevant and irrelevant information from the text. So let's begin. One of the most important skills in reading, and especially in reading critically, is the ability to distinguish between facts and opinions. A fact is a statement that can be proven to be true or false through evidence, observation, or reliable sources. Facts are objective and verifiable. They describe a reality as it is. For example, the statement, "The Earth orbits the Sun once every 365 days." It is a fact because it can be scientifically tested and confirmed. Similarly, Pakistan became independent in 1947 is a historical fact that can be verified through documents and records. So, a fact is a statement that can be objectively verified through evidence, through observation, measurement, or reliable sources. It is basically independent of personal feelings, beliefs, or interpretations and can be proven true or false based on empirical data or historical records. Facts are often supported by scientific methods plus documentation or consensus that happened among experts in the same field. They remain consistent regardless of who is stating them as long as the evidence holds key characteristics. Okay, so key characteristics of facts. Basic key characteristic is verifiability. What is verifiability? That you can check them against reliable sources like experiments, statistics, or official records. Another important key characteristic is objectivity. They describe what is rather than what should be or how someone feels about it. Falsifiability. A fact can potentially be disproven if new evidence emerges. For example, through scientific advancement, new facts can emerge. Impersonality. Facts do not rely on subjective experiences. They are the same for everyone. Then what is opinion? What is an opinion? An opinion, on the other hand, expresses a personal belief, personal judgment, feeling, or interpretation. Opinions are subjective as they cannot be proven true or false in an absolute sense because they reflect personal viewpoints or preferences of one single individual. For instance, the statement, "The summer season is the best time of the year." It is an opinion. Why it is an opinion? Because it depends on individual experience or taste. Likewise, this novel is beautifully written, reflects the reader's personal evaluation, and it is not a provable fact. So, an opinion is a subjective statement that reflects personal beliefs, personal judgments, values, preferences, or interpretation of any individual or any person. It cannot be definitively proven true or false because it stems from individual perspectives, from individual emotions or personal biases. Opinions often involve evaluative language, for example, best, worst, should, and can vary widely between people, between languages and between cultures. While opinions can be informed by facts, they go beyond them by adding personal spin. So, some key characteristics of opinion includes subjectivity. What is subjectivity? They express how someone feels or thinks about something, often influenced by personal experiences or values. Then, non-verifiability. You can't prove an opinion with evidence in the same way. Agreement or disagreement is based on persuasion, how you persuade the other person, not on proof, because you don't have any evidence for opinion. Variability. Opinions can change over time or differ across individuals, across different groups, or across different contexts. They can vary. Evaluative nature. They often include words indicating judgment, such as beautiful, unfair, amazing, or terrible. In reading, distinguishing fact from opinion helps readers avoid confusion and bias. Many writers, especially in persuasive or journalistic texts, what they do, they mix facts with opinions to influence readers. For example, in a newspaper article, a sentence like the government's new policy has improved the economy. The statement may seem factual, but unless supported by data, it remains an opinion because we are not giving any evidence or any credible data. A critical reader looks for evidence, sources, and reasoning before accepting a statement as factual. This distinction is vital in academic, media, and everyday reading, where misinformation or emotional persuasion can easily blur the line between what is and what someone believes. So, opinion or fact, they have different aspects, like they are grounded in evidence. Fact is grounded in evidence, for example, data, records, grounded in observations. Opinion is grounded in personal views, feelings, or interpretations. The testability of a fact can be confirmed or refuted using methods like experiments, historical archives. For opinion cannot be measured or objectively tested. It relies on debate or agreement. Language cues. Natural descriptive words, for example, is, was, occurred, numbers, dates. They are the numbers which can be used for facts. Avoids qualifiers like I, but opinion is subjective. Think, better, should, best, worst, beautiful, unethical. This kind of language or words are used in opinions. Often includes I believe or in my view. Such vocabulary will give us the idea that this is not a fact but opinion. Universality. Facts applies universally if evidence supports it. For example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius at sea level, but opinion varies by person to person. For example, tea is better than coffee. It is an opinion. Purpose of a fact is to inform or describe, but opinion persuades, evaluate, or express preference. Potential for change. Fact only changes with new evidence. For example, Pluto was reclassified as a dwarf planet based on astronomical criteria. For opinion, it can change based on new experiences or arguments of a person or a single individual without needing the proof of it. Common pitfalls that can evaluate facts, that facts can be misrepresented. For example, picking data, but the core statement remains verifiable. You can verify them. Opinions can masquerade as facts when presented assertively. For example, everyone knows X is true. This is still opinion, but you have asserted it because it is unverified. So you cannot call it as a fact. It will remain an opinion. How to use them in practice? Distinguishing them requires critical thinking. And for that critical thinking, the criteria is you have to ask, can this be proven with evidence? If yes, it's likely a fact. You have to check for bias. Facts are neutral. Opinions often reveal the speaker's stance. Context matters. In news or debates, facts provide the foundation, while opinions build arguments on top. Mixed statements. Some sentences, what they do, they can be considered as mixed statement because they blend fact and opinion. How? For example, the economy grew by 3% last year, which is impressive. Here, the growth rate is fact. The 3% statistics is a fact, but the word impressive is opinion. But this is a mixed statement. In conclusion, distinguishing between fact and opinion is one of the most essential skills for becoming a critical and informed reader. Facts are objective statements. Why they are objective statements? Because that they can be proven true or false through evidence. Through evidence, observation, or reliable sources. Opinions, on the other hand, what they do, they express personal beliefs, personal feelings, or interpretations that cannot be verified in the same way as we verify facts. In today's world, where we are constantly surrounded by news, advertisement, and social media messages, being able to tell the difference between what is true and what is merely believed protects us. It protects us from bias, from manipulation, and misinformation in the society. A wise reader, what they do? A wise reader evaluates every statement carefully. They ask for evidence. They recognize that statement when emotion or personal judgment is being presented as truth. Because they are the critical readers, they know what is personal or what is objective. Understanding this distinction not only strengthens comprehension or understanding, but also promotes independent thinking and responsible citizenship, because this is the news which is circulated in the society. When readers learn to separate fact from opinion, they move beyond passive acceptance towards active critical engagement with ideas, and that is the true mark of an educated mind. So that's all for today. We'll continue our discussion in the next session. Thank you.